Item: SCP-935. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-935 is kept within a standard containment chamber, located in Site-19. It is to be monitored at all times, and in the event of a demanifestation, agents are to begin monitoring all subjects known to carry genetic marker BO1A. Genetic testing is to be done on all personnel applying for positions in the Foundation, and those who test positive for genetic marker BO1A are to be placed under supervision by Foundation agents. If SCP-935 dematerializes, agents are instructed first to begin surveillance of all subjects carrying genetic marker BO1A. Agents will be briefed on how to identify these individuals prior to being assigned to SCP-935's containment. When SCP-935 reappears, it is to be retrieved and returned to containment, with containment procedures being updated. Description: SCP-935 is a box of playing cards, appearing to date from pre-1700 Germany, specifically Brandenburg. All cards composing SCP-935 are well worn, but in playable condition. On the box, the words "Know this, that I have faith in your life, and not in your death" have been written. If any card is displaced 3 meters or more from the box, the entire set will instantly be teleported into SCP-935. Analysis produces no evidence of vapor or residue, and high-speed camera footage of the cards vanishing has been inconclusive. If the cards themselves are damaged or altered in any way, they will remain in the same condition until a relocation event, after which they will be restored to their original condition. In addition, any damage to SCP-935 itself will be regenerated over time. For example, tearing open SCP-935's lid resulted in the fibrous tissue of the paper becoming animated and reached out to the torn area, pulling each edge closer and intertwining, eventually reconstituting the damaged area 3 minutes and 43 seconds after the test initiated. When a subject carrying genetic marker BO1A reaches the age of 41, SCP-935 will teleport itself into their possession. Attempting to take it from the subject in the first 78 hours following its manifestation will result in its immediate return to the subject. All subjects who have possessed SCP-935 have gone missing within 78 hours of coming into possession of it, with one exception. During its time in containment, approximately 6 subjects have been lost after coming into possession of SCP-935. And it is estimated that an additional 67 subjects were lost prior to initial containment. After appearing within the subject's possession, a card within SCP-935 will have detailed instructions on a specific card game to be played by the subject. These are always listed with the caveat that cheating will result in their demise. However, research into SCP-935 affected subjects show that they have all died within 78 hours of obtaining it, whether or not they completed the task. SCP-935 appears to make moves on its own, with cards being teleported into their positions as the game is played.